was making no moves. And even though I feel like we all knew at some point a move was going to come, definitely didn't expect for it to be Jaylen Waddle today. So, man, it's a 10 out of 10 move, dude. It was awesome. And it's a really crazy feeling how when an offseason can go from an absolute F minus, as worst as you can possibly get, to a bona fide A plus with one tweet from Adam Schefter. And that's what happened.
Dude, how about that pendulum swing? Everybody's getting in the comments. Mark's got the penguin emojis. We'll bring on Jeremy, but Mike, we're gonna head to you now. What was your thoughts, man, on the trade this morning? How do you feel about it?
I feel great about it. It's an Marky and I were on earlier, and he said it was an 11, so he's calmed down to a 10. I'm still at an 11 or a 12 on a scale of 1 to 10. I was actually in the office. I got a couple text messages, so I didn't even get it on Twitter. I got a message, and I was like, well, that's probably a fake account. And then as soon as I realized it was real, I just packed up all my stuff, walked across the hall, and said, "Gotta go," and just left work because, this is huge, man. Right? This is the one we've all been waiting for. We finally looked outside our own locker room to sign somebody in a Super Bowl window. I'm still waiting for everybody who said that I was crazy, and I forget the other slurs they used when I said, no, this team needs to get better. We need to sign people. And I was told I was clueless. Broncos proving that they did have a plan. And here we are. Waddle's 27, man. He's coming into his prime. This is an absolute bombshell, huge move, Dave.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no doubt about it. We'll get into the people saying, see, hey, we'll give Sean Payton, George Payton their credit. They made this deal happen, and I'm still in shock. Jeremy, how do you feel about the deal, especially since when we talked about the idea of doing this last night, man? It's crazy.
I know, exactly. Yeah, I mean, what this deal means not only for the football team as far as the roster, it just means we're going for it, right? It means that they're pushing their chips in the middle of the table. So you have to love that compared to where we've been the last couple of years. So just for that alone, you got to love the thought process of the Paytons and ownership being like, yeah, we think this team obviously is where we are. And for that alone, I just love it. But the player itself, I mean, yeah, if you get him, he's like the perfect type of compliment for our quarterback. So I love the fact that on third down, there's not going to just double down on Sutton and all that. Like, you're not going to know where to pick. And hopefully if we can still, there's still plenty of money left over with this deal. So you can go for maybe somebody else too, like an Njoku or somebody else like that. Also, I just thought it's such a George Payton type of move to be like, it's not just a first and a third. It's like, how about we swap fourth so we can move up in the fourth round as well? That's totally George Payton's signature, like, move on that, which I love, because I guarantee you when that fourth round comes, you're going to be like, I'm glad we're here and not where we were just because there's a certain guy that's going to be on the board. So yeah, I mean, how can you not like it? And it's exactly what we talked about. I was trying to, stay positive through the whole re-signing our own guys thing, but with that, they were moving that money around. You just knew something was in the works, and you just were hopeful, because that doesn't mean it's going to happen. It takes two to tango, right? But when it finally came through and I saw the mark, hey, everyone, wake up. I was like, oh, here we go.
And guys, you don't want to miss being a part of the David Talks Broncos Discord. You can join on my channel for $2 a month. Come on now. I mean, this is how we all four of us find out stuff. Is everybody a part of that community? So y'all join right now. I'll post a link in the post section to that for any members to see and to join. But man, just what a huge move, man. I'm still in shock, and BK is bringing up a great point, man. Only $5 million against the cap. Yes, his cap number, increases to, I think it's like 27 and then 30 million, but you'll be able to work out an extension with him. Again, he's only 27 years old, but there are a couple things that I really wanted to bring up about Jaylen Waddle, and y'all feel free to interject just with more thoughts on this. But number one, I know it's been memed, but guys, I think he's a really great locker room fit. I think he's the kind of guy that you want here. He's an uber talented wide receiver. He's elite, in my opinion. And he's not this, much of a distraction like maybe what Stephon Diggs or A.J. Brown would be coming in here, right? He's not that. This man has been coached hard by Nick Saban. He's a Nick Saban, Alabama Crimson Tide player, man. So he's going to have no issue being in this like insanely competitive environment. So I'm real pumped about that. The last thing that I wanted to share, this is courtesy of Next Gen Stats. Jaylen Waddle recorded 21 receptions on vertical routes this year in 2025. That's second most in the NFL for 481 yards, 3 touchdowns. This is the top 5. Number 1 was JSN with 24 receptions. Number 2, tied for second with Nico Collins, is Jaylen Waddle, and Nico Collins with 21. You know who was actually tied for 4th? Cortland Sutton and Puka Nacua with 20. So that's interesting. I love how you brought that up, Mark. Like, no longer can we just throw Court or throw it to Court on third down, just hope that he's not blanketed all over the place. Like, guys, we haven't had a guy like this since DT who could take a screen pass to the house like this. Now, maybe Marvin could be that guy, but I don't think he's taking a screen.
The difference is, though, is that Waddle, you don't know what he's going to do because he can kind of do, like, he's a true Z, right, Mark?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he can catch a ball 8 yards out. He's really good at finding opening in the zone.
Yeah.
He can blow the top off. He's not just he's like one of the fastest players in the league, not just like fastest wide receivers. Like, he's super fast.
Mm-hmm.
And he has elite route running ability. So this is a different ball game than Mims, who I like. I'm higher on Mims the most, but because he's clutch. I mean, he makes the clutch catches. He just go back and watch the season. But yeah, David still probably wants Diggs. But he's a game changer, and he's going to fit. Like, the fit, if you think about this offense, like, the fit is perfect because Court X. That's what he does. Now you've got your Z, and now you've got Pat Bryant, Franklin, Mims. Who are you going to deal with there? And then when they move Jordan Humphrey to tight end, then it's over for the league.
Mark, tell the people what you did with Lil Jordan Humphrey and Madden. We just need to get to this very quickly.
Maybe I'm trying to put it out there in the atmosphere now that's become a thing. I changed Lil Jordan Humphrey's position in Madden to tight end. Didn't do anything else. I changed his number to 84 because I opened it up for my guy Jaylen Waddle, obviously. That's 17. But I changed his number to 84, put him at tight end, did nothing else, and he was rated as a tight end just as good as our favorite player, Adam Troutman, man. So even Madden knows there's something about Lil
Day
Jordan
one.
Humphrey turning into a tight end, which I still think just makes way too much sense. But we could talk about that another time.
Now, if anybody, I mean, our comment section, they know football, okay? So we haven't really had anybody that's upset about this trade or anything like that. But I'm curious, does anybody have something to say? Say, well, guys, we gave up a first and a third for a guy who hasn't had 1,000 yards here in a few seasons. Like, he's not, the stats say he's not elite. What do you guys got to say for the draft compensation and just kind of what we gave up for Waddle? Like, do you guys think it was fair? Do you think it was an overpay? Did George Payton win on this trade or lose?
I think it was fair. Like, if things go to plan and we stay healthy, we're going to be drafting at the back end of the first round, hopefully for a while now. And you're not able to get one of those top tier wide receivers in the draft. You're going to bet on a guy that has some flaws and you're going to be hopeful that it hits, right? But like Jaylen Waddle is like the bird in the hand of, like, we know what this guy is. We know what he can do. We know what he can do with a bad team, a bad offense, a bad quarterback. So I think that's why you don't want to have to pay, like, trade 2 picks for it, but that's what the cost of doing business. And it's a 30. It's not a top 10 first round pick.
Yeah.
So like that makes a huge difference. So I definitely think, like, what's the term where you get what you pay for? So I think that's kind of what you hope for on this trade right here.
Like, it
Yeah,
really
same
did-
for me.
Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, Dave, I'm with Sean or Jeremy. It was a high price to pay, but that's what it was going to cost, and it was worth it. I mean, you can say the same thing. Like, you can't say it's too much or it's not enough, or, well, I guess you can, but it is a lot. But that's what you're going to have to pay. And I think it was a good trade for both teams. Obviously, Miami's going in a different direction. The Broncos are trying to win a Super Bowl, and the Dolphins are trying to clear out players and start from scratch.
Yep.
So it's a good trade for both. It's essentially a 1 and a 3. I think that's his value. So I think it's the right value. But yeah, it's certainly a high price to pay. But I would expect that's what you would expect from a major blockbuster trade like this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think we'll be thinking about that 3rd round pick too often. And again, with that 2nd, 4th rounder now at the 111th place, like, you're still going to be able to get some good players. And I mean, we talked about this yesterday, how the Broncos, they might only want to draft 5 or 6 guys this year based on who else they want on the 53. So you can still accomplish that without having this 1st and 3rd. We'll see if they get uber aggressive and move up in the 2nd. That would be interesting. But before we continue the conversation, shout out to BK. Mark, if you're running the vertical stream, I think this $10 is going over to you. I can't really tell, but hey, somebody's given $10 BK has to somebody. Thank you very, very much. And BK has also been generous enough to gift 3 David Talks Broncos memberships. They're $2 a month. You sign up. Hey, you might get one of these free ones, and then you get access to the Discord. Link to the Discord is posted for all channel members in my post section on the channel. Thank you so much, BK. It's great to celebrate this. This is awesome. I'll get to a few more of these comments here, but man, I love what JViv is saying right here. It's a tool-led offense, man. Like, and Waddle was putting up these insane numbers, averaging over 1,000 yards in his career. It's fantastic. Mark, I gotta ask you, how does this change right now the dynamic of our offense? You have been, I feel like the guy that, I collaborate with the most that has been just pounding the table for a change in this wide receiver room. It hasn't been good enough. How do you feel about the overall room now with Waddle?
Finally, it's finally a completed room. I think that we have me and Mike were talking about it earlier. I think without a doubt we have the best wide receiver room in the division, and I think you can make an argument that we have a top 2, maybe number 2 in the entire AFC West. I don't think we're number 1, obviously, with
AFC
having what they got and the whole AFC, with Cincy being up there. So this is finally an extremely complete room. It's got a little bit of everything that you're looking for. You've got good, young, talented, developmental guys that could, make plays. You've got your big physical, receiver who's tried and true and reliable. You've got an electric, game-breaking type of player in Jaylen Waddle. It's absolutely perfect now. There's some people out there saying, well, now maybe we can trade some of these other guys. I wouldn't want to touch it, man. I wouldn't want to touch it. This is the exact way to fix the issue that we were having of having a very convoluted and confusing room. Now it all makes perfect sense. You know exactly what you're going to get from each player, how you want to utilize them. And yeah, I love it, man. I love it. And I think it's going to make Courtland Sutton even more effective, right? In his role. I think his stats might not necessarily take a bump, but I think he's going to be more important and more impactful for this team as well, because now he's not facing double teams all the time and all the pressure's on him. It's going to open up the field entirely for everybody. And Bo Nix is smiling right now, man.
Yes, he is. Real quick, BK is asking, does Mike have a YouTube channel? I have now updated my description with everybody's channels, Jeremy's, Mark's, Mike's. Go subscribe. But Mike, what is the name of your channel?
Oh, it's Mile High Monsters, baby, and you're one of them, of course.
Yeah.
So David and I do a show every Wednesday now, 5:30 Central. Marky's on all the time. Sean isn't on all the time because I still don't understand his name, but we'll work it in.
It's the first and middle name.
I mean, it's just, he's Broncos unbridled, but yet he's riding the Jeremy Sean out for some reason. I know it throws me, but yeah, thanks for asking. David and I keep track of everybody's shows. Everybody here is in the top 10 in growth in Broncos YouTube this year. So goats all around here. So it's great to be here with my guys again. But yes, thanks for asking. Mile High Monsters,
dude, absolutely. And it seems like everybody in the comments right now pretty much agrees, man. Like, this is worth it. It's taken us. I mean, we haven't had DT in like 10 years. This is a wide receiver, man, that just changes everything for this offense. And yeah, maybe you could have got somebody like KC Concepcion at pick 30, but again, what we've talked about is you can't bank on the draft to get you the difference makers to put you over the top this year. You don't even know if those guys will be available at pick 30. So you take proven production every single time. And again, coached by Nick Saban, he's going to be a fantastic fit here. That's what I love. Jeremy?
Yeah, just to piggyback off that, when you draft a wide receiver in the first round or anywhere in the draft, I pretty much don't even expect them to do that much year one because the acclimation is so great. And then you're hopeful that they hit and it's year 2, year 3. They got to go for it now. That's why they're doing that. They're like, we were ankle injury away from the Super Bowl this year. So like, that's why I'm saying you have to push. They're pushing their chips in and they're going for it. And the other thing I love about this guy in particular is someone like Troy Franklin, who has the similar body type, gets to like learn how, like exactly the mold of what to do behind a guy like that. And now you can split those guys on both ends and you guys got burners and killers on both sides. I just think it's great on so many levels, not just, oh, we got a good player that we didn't have yesterday. Like,
well, think about this. Think about this, Jeremy. What do you guys think about the idea of Marvin Mims and Jaylen Waddle returning kicks for you in this new?
Oh no! Don't start. No Waddle. No. We're not putting Waddle returning kicks, Marks. Shut up, dude. Come on,
bro.
In the playoffs.
How many kick returners? How many guys were injured on kick return last year that were kick returners?
Don't care.
How often does it happen?
Jaylen Waddle wasn't.
Yeah,
not on my Broncos team.
Marvin Mims was, I think, in the first game. Actually, I think on the first one. But that's besides the point. Listen, Mike, playoffs, I did it on Madden, bro.
You got me.
And if I
he did it in Madden. Okay.
No, what I'm saying is that I don't. You're right. I don't think it happens, but it's an added benefit for sure in that regard. If they wanted to deploy it, or at least in those moments where you're down in the game and you kind of desperate, then you can have those situations where you can have him be the kick returner. And he's always going to be the backup. He can always be the backup punt returner to just go out there and feel some punts too. So we don't have to see Michael Bandy anymore.
We're not going to see Michael Bandy doing that. But you about gave me a damn heart attack with returning kicks. Let's give that a minute. But you know who else is excited? Who else won the day? Is Davis Webb won the day. Yeah. I mean, just imagine how nice it is to have Court and Waddle out on the field, and then Mims and Franklin and these guys. Pat Bryant hopefully is healthy, and then there's your rotation. But your two main guys, holy crap, what an upgrade! I mean, he's got to be loving this as much as us.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I had another thought, and I just lost it. I'll read a couple more comments.
Oh, you're gonna make Waddle long snapper?
Yes. We'll make them everything, dude.
We need Waddle everywhere.
Yes. Yeah, we need a number one receiver. Oh, I remember what I was going to say now. Dude, this is so fun with the offense because, like you said, Mark, this opens up so much for Troy Franklin, man, and Pat Bryant. Like, we saw how Pat was just eating in that New England game on that first drive. You cannot convince me he doesn't go for 150 yards if he doesn't get a concussion. But, I mean, now you truly have a chess piece to where all these guys are going to get opportunity to really shine. I believe that. And so I know we've seen a couple of comments here about, do you trade any of these guys? No. We're all in for this year. So we're not trading Ben Powers. We're not cutting Evan Ingram. We're keeping our wide receivers, and we're going for this thing. Let's go for it. But I still think Troy is insanely talented, and I think this is great for everybody's growth and development. And I mean, I know this is a little bit early, but you could move on from Sutton next year if you wanted to. You know,
they might.
And Pat and Troy might be ready at that time for that to happen. So, you know, we'll have to see. Guys, any other thoughts on Waddle's fit? I wanted to ask you more now about like moving ahead. Any last comments? Okay.
Well,
yeah.
Which team led the NFL last year in wide receiver screens and screen attempts?
Oh, great.
Right.
Great.
It was the Broncos, and whether you like it or not is a completely different discussion, because I know a lot of times it would drive me crazy too. But that is the most important, or let's say one of the biggest pieces of Sean Payton's offense is the screen game, and that's why he likes guys that can block, to be able to, you know, suck the defense up and then hit them up over the top. This is perfect for that, because not only is he so good at being able to be effective in those routes, but it allows for other guys that, you know, are there to block to actually just only block, instead of like randomly being the ones that get the screens as well. So it's a perfect fit in that sense too, man. I'm really excited to see how creative Davis Webb and Sean Payton can get with this new weapon that they got, because they're going to use him everywhere, man.
Yes. Now, Broncos have $19 million in cap space right now. You can add another $2 million or so with Dre Greenlaw's post June 1st, here after June 1st. But Jeremy, I'll ask you first. Anybody else, feel free to chime in. What's the next move for the Broncos? Is there anybody else that you want them to go out and get? How do you utilize the rest of this cap space? You can probably make at least a few more budget signings.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have the cap space to go for like an Njoku if you want to go that route. If we don't go little Jordan Humphrey at tight end, I think you could. You also have to look at like, what did this cost, right? So we don't have a first round pick. We don't have a third round pick. What kind of guys were you looking for in those areas of the draft that you might want to look at now that you know, are shifting over? So, you know, if you had your eye on, you know, I still think you can move up in the second round from 62 and get Mike Washington, Jadarian Price, somebody like that to like balance out that room. So I that could be, Jonah Coleman. So that's the only place that I would look at now, is like, we were maybe thinking about inside linebacker. Is there somebody else that can like round out that room? So, you know, just kind of figuring out your new method in the draft and who you're going to target there. So, but right now I would say tight end is probably the biggest need. It has been. We haven't addressed that yet, so I think that would be the one.
Yeah, I'm with you. Tight end probably is the biggest need. It's probably the toughest one to fill too, at this point. I think the running back room will get filled. We'll get a late free agency pickup. You know, somebody's bigger back that didn't, you know, quite make the squad, or we'll pick up a running back to back up JK. So that's not going to be a tough one to do. The tight end room, though, trying to get Njoku or whatever, that can still be done. The Broncos can still make that happen. So it's going to be tougher to do. But again, with $4.9 million cap eaten up by Jaylen, it's not. I mean, it's definitely on the table. They can still do it. And by the way, it was probably more the money we spent on Singleton and Troutman that irks me more than the money we spent in other places that are keeping us from making other moves. It's not this one. This was a great move for the Broncos.
Yeah, apologies if you heard any buzzing. Is the freaking loud lawn guys? So
He's excited.
I thought it was just terrible music or something playing.
Oh no, man! I'm sorry about that, guys. But man, I'm with Chuck, dude. Bring in Brian Robinson. Mark, you're the Brian Robinson fan club leader.
Me too.
I would love that. Now, linebacker's interesting. Like, let's talk about that, because do you want to use your second round pick on a linebacker that I just don't think is going to be a contributor this year?
Yeah. I'll tell you why. I think now.
Is that a rhetorical question, or are you really asking?
No. I was hoping somebody would tell me. Yeah.
Well,
Mark,
I think mostly any position that we were to draft, we probably wouldn't use them that much or as much as we want to. I mean, unless it's Jonah Coleman or Mike Washington, like those guys can probably come in and contribute. But the move with Waddle now kind of shifts. It kind of changes your thoughts and your strategy on the draft back to what it originally was supposed to. I know we talked about yesterday, like now, well, if we're going to be really quiet and just make a couple of signings here and there in free agency by the time the draft comes, then you're really putting a lot of emphasis on the draft. Like you're going to get guys that can contribute and make a difference right away. Now it goes back to, it's always going to be about the future and developing these players. And I think because you got Singleton and Sternat to be your starters, whether you like it or not, is just kind of is the reality of it. It sets up really well to be able to bring in a young linebacker that you can develop and not necessarily rely on him to contribute right off the bat. So I think it actually makes a whole lot of sense to do that. But I'm still on the train of, I love Brian Robinson Jr. I think that would be the number one move I think we should make. And Njoku would be great, but I don't see it happening. But Cam Jordan is one of the moves I really want to see the Broncos make.
That one could happen.
Yeah, wrap that up. And I'm still all about bringing Taysom Hill in, guys.
Yes.
I mean, it is what it is. The guy now is like a really nice, just kind of chess piece to, hey man, you need a backup quarterback. I'd have trusted Taysom Hill as our backup quarterback in the AFC Championship game last year over Stiddy, probably. Yes. At least he can do some with his legs and not throw the ball backwards. So, yeah, I say, why the hell not bring some of the gang back at this point?
It's tough, and I love the question, Dave.
Yes.
You're a better host than you think. Listen to this. Here's your tight end group, right? Evan Ingram, Adam Troutman, Nate Adkins, Lucas Krull. Like
Jordan Humphrey.
Yes.
Should be, but Taysom Hill fits in there. Like you can send Lucas Krull packing. The only person that's going to be hurt is Cecil Lammey. Nobody else is going to care. Nate Adkins, I mean, that could definitely be done. So there's still room for him. But what you're talking about is like where to go now. There's no starting positions that are open right now. Like I can't find a starting position that the Broncos can fill in the draft or in free agency now. It would have to be a trade. There's no one available out there right now that could take a starting position, even from Alex Singleton. That's available right now. It's just not going to happen. I know you don't like to hear it, but no one's going to come in and take that. Now, Drew Sanders is probably gone. Go ahead, Dave. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, some people might be pissed off about this. 8 weeks in, there will be a starting running back position available. I'm still of the mind frame that with how thin the running back class is this year, I would still like to use that second round pick on running back if a guy's available there. I still feel like you can get some good linebackers in the fourth round, but we'll have to see. Anyways, continue.
Yeah, no, but see, JK's the starter.
Yeah.
RJ's running back too. So no, we're not drafting the starter. What we're drafting, if we're lucky enough to get Coleman or one of these guys, I'd love it. I'll even take Washington all day, every day, but he's not going to be the starter. He's going to be in the mix. So nobody's coming in to start. There's just I just don't see any world we live in where there's a player now that's going to be like, I mean, the Broncos have already listed Jaylen Waddle as the starter on the depth chart on their website. They've already updated the website.
Oh,
So it's him and Pat Bryant's his backup. And then Cortland Sutton and then Marvin Mims is his back. Like, it's looking pretty good there. The tight end room, not so much, but as long as they keep Evan Ingram, well, we don't have the juice in the draft anymore, guys. So we're not going to draft a starter at linebacker or tight end or running back. They're just not going to be there, but they could be players. We're looking for depth and we're looking for young talent. I think maybe both the guys have already kind of said that, but I'm just looking at the depth chart in the roster. Yeah, there's no starting positions available right now for the Broncos. We're in a really good place. Like sure, we should have updated. We should have made the tight end group better. We should have Singleton, a better player than Singleton. We could have brought in David. We went over our top 5 and we both had some of the same players. Like, that should have been done, but this is where we are. Our starters are set pretty much in stone right now. And so, yeah, we're looking for quality depth and quality free agents to fill out the roster at this point.
Yeah, I'm looking forward.
Unless Brian Robinson Jr. comes available.
Yeah. If you sign Brian Robinson Jr., then truly, like, I think
air raid.
It gets a lot of fun at pick 62, man, because you can do a lot of different things. But I'm also excited to talk about still churning over like some of the back end parts of this roster, such as backup quarterback. Like, Marky, you mentioned it. Taysom Hill gets us to the Super Bowl last year. Like, I'm convinced of that. Taylon Green, D-Mac is probably the leader of like the Taylon Green fan club right now. And he's a guy that I think Sean Payton would enjoy. You've also brought up, right, North Dakota State quarterback Cole Payton. Like, I think he can do some other Taysom Hill-like things, and he's like a legitimate quarterback too. I don't know if you saw his RAS score, but it's like 9.8.
Who?
Cole Payton's.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he ran a 4.5, I think, but no one talked about it because Taylon Green went absolutely nuclear.
Yeah, he ran a 4.5 at like 232 pounds.
Yeah, he's a stud. He's an interesting player, man. He seems like someone that Sean would really like.
Yeah. Now, okay, we'll get to some of these questions here about Riley Moss, but guys, I gotta ask y'all. We'll start with you, Jeremy. Again, well, actually, no, we'll go to Mike. Do we need to apologize to George Payton and Sean Payton for not trusting the process? Apparently, do we need to do that, or can we just give them credit where credit's due? Man, they made a great move today.
Yeah, you do both. No, we don't owe George an apology. We don't owe Sean an apology. Those guys sat on their hands. They re-signed Troutman to a 3-year deal. They re-signed Singleton to a 2-year, $20 million deal, guaranteed $8 million. They brought back every single player that ever touched a ball last year on contracts, except for Sherfield. He's the only one that literally touched a ball and did not come back. No, we don't owe an apology for that. Now, but we owe him props for this move. This is a great move. But there were a lot of names that we could have improved our middle linebacker position. We could have improved our tight end room. We could have improved at least depth in our running back room. We didn't do those things. Those are all facts. But so, no, I want to apologize for anything that you and I have said on our shows. But I will say, props to those guys. They started working this from the first text I got on this deal was on March 11th, and it took them 5 days to get her done. And so they went and they got it done. So, yeah, good work on them. I'm sure it wasn't an easy negotiation process, but yeah, we already talked about the numbers.
Wait, so they didn't kick this back up till 5 days ago?
I got a text on March 11th. I saved it. I keep my receipts. I have them. I have the stuff, and I have the people that I talked to about it on that day in the DMs. But like, hey, hand it, give it to him. Yeah, you don't have to apologize to tell him you did a good job today, and it doesn't mean the process was right earlier just because they made a great move here. And honestly, we'll find out during the season, because if it goes bad, then we'll be pointing out the rooms they should have fixed when they had the chance. So no, I'm not apologizing. I don't know if these guys are.
Hell no, I'm not apologizing. My thing is, like, I think everything that we had said, at least among our, our group that I did videos with and stuff like that, everything was 100% warranted. You can only react based off of information that you know, right?
Mhm.
Like, of course, if you could read the future, or if you like 100% knew that we were cooking up a trade, then it's different. But what we knew at the time before this trade happened was that we did absolutely nothing. And that was a travesty. And I agree with Mike 100%. Like, you're not going to apologize and give them a whole bunch of props and kudos just because they're actually like doing their jobs. But also think about it. Like, yeah, had they filled in a couple of these needs, or not brought back Troutman and got a tight end that could block a little bit better, this move would look even sweeter now, because you don't have as obvious of holes still at certain positions that you do. So no, I'm not going to apologize. I thought it was warranted. I thought it was hilarious, some of the memes and some of the videos and reactions that you get from people on Twitter. But I think it was great. And one last thing I want to say is this: like, if you were that person on Twitter that before this move was like, trust the process, these guys know more than you do, stop panicking, we won 14 games last year, blah, blah, blah. And then now you're trying to be like, oh, I told you so. You can't play that card. That doesn't work, because you didn't know this was going to happen either. And beforehand, the excuses that everyone was using was just inexcusable, in my opinion. And now everyone's happy. Like, it was a great move. I think the offseason's absolutely saved. But you can only react on the information that we know and facts. And the fact before today was that we did nothing. And now the fact is that we made a trade for a star receiver. So kudos to them, but no apology from me.
No. Jeremy?
I mean, I was already kind of like a wait and see type of. I said I was a little disappointed with like that we didn't get certain people, but other than that, I mean, I wasn't like he should be fired. These guys are bummed like that. No, that's insane. I don't think anybody was like that. People in the comments were, but
no, they were like that. We weren't though.
Yeah, I was like, my thing was like, let's wait till after the draft and then I will give you the full. Like, we got to see the first chapter of the book. I'm not going to judge the book on that. Let's see the whole. Now that we've seen this part of it, that makes a lot more sense of what we did. And you can still be disappointed with one part and you're really excited about another part. Sorry, go ahead, Mark. Mike.
You can call me Mark. David, I stop me when you think George started to do things right. Okay. Jaleel McLaughlin, 1-year deal. Little Jordan Humphrey, 1-year deal. Matt Henningsen, Lucas Krull, Alex Singleton, Sam Ellinger. These are just the re-signings, guys. Tell me when I'm supposed to apologize. I'm not saying these are all awful moves, but I'll tell you, I'm going to stop when I get to mine. Adam Troutman, 3-year deal. Justin Strnad, 3-year deal. Okay. Good there. J.K. Dobbins, 2-year deal. Fine. I'm good with it. Tyler Bidet, Jordan Jackson, DeAndre Tillman, fine. I mean, this was what, like Mark said, this is what we had. These were our signings. There's 18 of them right in front of me, and there's 2 of them that I'm like, okay, that's fine. And the rest of them are like, what the hell are we doing here? So the good news is, though, for those of you watching that don't know, and I'm hijacking your show, Dave, is all these 1-year deals, they're just, at this point, they might as well be camp bodies. They half of these guys won't be playing on the team by the time we get to our final roster. So not the end of the world, but still, that was the information we had. Like, we're literally, everybody was saying we're just running it back with the same exact guys. I'd never seen anything like it in my, I'll be 89 this Thursday. Happy birthday. I'll be 89.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
You
I mean, that's crazy. That was crazy.
No, it's crazy.
No apologies.
And those moves that we signed for like Kroll and Henningsen is actually a lot better than the tenders, because if you tender someone, like if you do a
like Jaquan,
if you did pick up the tender, it becomes fully guaranteed.
Right.
So that's why this is kind of a better move. But I think you hit it.
And Tyler Bidet was tendered, but when I saw that, I was like, this is a joke, right? And then I went and looked. I remembered he plays like half or over half of our special teams snaps. So he has value as that whatever 4th, 5th.
That's gonna
it's fine as long as he's not out there taking every carry. That's fine. It's a special team.
We can't top Bidet out there this year, man. We can't. But what wonderful point, Mike.
Well, you'll
it's
take
true.
Stephon Diggs though. Yeah.
Yes, I'll take Stephon Diggs every
You're
time. Dude.
you're
I'll still take Debo Samuel right now. Let's go out, make another big move. Sure, let's bring in Cam Jordan. That'd be fun. I'm still kind of not sure about his fit, but I mean, he had 10 sacks last year. Why don't you just bring him in to replace Dondre Tillman? I mean, we can't trade Tillman right now, I don't think, but do something with him later.
I don't think Tillman's got a trade value.
I mean, because we signed him back already, I don't think we can just trade him yet. Like, when can we trade? Anyways, a couple more comments I do want to get to. Lord Biscuits through $2 super chat. Thank you so much. He says thoughts on Lake McCree. Guys, look at Lake McCree. He's a guy that should be there in the 5th, 6th, 7th round. Tight end out of USC, 6'4", 250. Has a great contested catch rate of 65%. Had a nice little yards per route run with 1.15. That's good for a tight end. 6.3% drop rate. He had 4 touchdowns on 450 yards. Only 30 receptions. So average almost 15 yards a reception. Yes. This is a guy that we could get that I think would be fantastic. So thank you for that $2, Lord Biscuits. I appreciate it.
I got him written down here in my little handy dandy book from the combine notes for what it's worth. And I said Lake McCree had the best gauntlet drill of anybody by far and away of the tight ends. He was buttery smooth, and it really caught my attention. I was like, I got to go back and watch him. He's an intriguing player for sure, man. But yeah, his gauntlet drill and the way that he was just moving was really impressive for what it's worth. I know it's against air, but
Yeah. Well, that's something that you can't just tell looking at a stat sheet how good someone's gauntlet drill was, and that tells you a lot. Also, want to say hey to KW. He's got a different opinion than maybe the 4 of us, saying I'm not mad or happy. I think Waddle is way overrated. We will disagree with that. You don't win Super Bowls with high-priced, high-drafted wide receivers. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I don't know. We got this one through trade, and he's only a $5 million cap hit, man. So I think we'll be able to get it done. The Eagles seem to do well drafting a top 10 wide receiver and train for one as well. Maybe you could argue 20 years ago it's the case, but I mean, you need weapons, man. You need weapons, and Jaylen Waddle is better than anybody else we would get at pick 30, man. That's how I feel about it. But you're always welcome to disagree. But he's not high priced yet.
Yeah, and if you ask Seattle, I'm sure they really, really regret using their 1st round pick on Jackson Smith and Jigba. I don't think he helped them very much last year.
Yeah, so, the tune of like 1,700 yards. Yeah. So, he was all right.
I think people think about the Chiefs and like the dynasty that the Chiefs had way too much. Like there can be anomalies. They're a little bit of an anomaly, even though they still won with a high priced receiver in Tyreek Hill, but. No, wide receivers are an extremely important position if you have a quarterback. If you don't have a franchise quarterback, really nothing matters. But then wide receivers almost become irrelevant. But yeah, no, he's not that expensive, and yeah, I think they're very valuable overall.
And you're right. If this guy hits free agency, I mean, dude, if he hits free agency in his contract, I mean, we're talking about $40+ million. If the Broncos are smart, he'll go for like 1,200 yards this year or something like that. We'll sign him to a nice, hefty extension and level out that cap hit, man. It's going to be completely manageable moving forward, which is great. Again, if you wanted to move off of Sutton, you could, but hopefully he has a great year, and, I got my Sutton jersey on, man, I'm happy about this deal for everybody. So, we'll see. But yeah, $27 million cap hit next year. We'll get it all worked out. So I doubt it's going to be that high next year. But you also got Ben Powers coming off the books. McGlinchey, does he have any guaranteed money left next year? I don't know.
Not much.
Yeah. So, we're
Sutton has a higher cap hit than Waddle next year. I mean, these numbers sound high, but this is just what you pay. You've got Sutton's at 28, Waddle's at 27. That's a you're right. They're going to rework that. This, Sutton may rework his. I think he wants to retire a Bronco. If he wants to do that, there might be something there too. I don't know. We'll see. But it's 26. Let's worry about it next year. Our cap hit for those two is 18 million. That's great. Let's go. Let's go win a Super Bowl.
It's enough to sign Taysom Hill, another running back, and do you guys think that we might move back in the draft? I'm wondering, okay, was this George Payton wanting to make this trade, or was this Sean Payton wanting to make this trade? Because if George Payton was making this trade, well, I don't know if it even matters. I'm wondering, after giving this up, does George Payton want the more darts? Would he trade back from 62 and pick up a third and a sixth or something like that?
Yeah, that would be his style.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it was Sean Payton's idea.
Sean Payton's idea, yeah. Everything
and George Payton is like, all right, that's fine, but I got to negotiate the terms like that, because Jeremy's right. That fourth rounder, like getting the fourth rounder back, screams George Payton. He's like, nope, like I'm not going to do it unless you give me that fourth, man, because he loves the middle rounds. So I think both of them caught the flu like I did for the first week of free agency. And then once they got over it, they're like, all right, let's make a trade.
Yeah. I'll say this too. I'm not going to apologize to them, because Broncos PR, they were putting out the most like propaganda storylines ever for the media and all these people to say, who makes big splashes? Big splashes don't help teams win. And then there was this whole narrative that we've had to talk about for 2 weeks on, how that is literally not true. Big offseason acquisitions help you win Super Bowls, and we're in the position to do that now. So, honestly, I'm still frustrated by them trying to think that we're all that stupid to believe that propaganda. But hey, you heard the noise, you understood, you needed to get this deal done. You should have gotten it done at the deadline. We're talking about maybe being Super Bowl champions.
Yeah,
because we blow out the Bills with Jaylen Waddle. That's how I feel about it.
Yep.
So, anyways, KW saying we'll see what happens. I hope I'm wrong, but hopefully I'm buying a Waddle jersey after week 6, because this offense is record breaking. Now, hey, Davis Webb has no excuses, none at all. And hey, if it's utter disaster, I guess Sean can take.
Why just throw poor Davis right under the bus, and the season hasn't even started yet. The excuse he has is it's not his offense. It's Sean's offense.
No. Davis Webb has no excuses. He has no excuses now.
It's his. Sean designs the plays.
Do you guys think that now that the we made this trade, Sean's like, damn, maybe I shouldn't have given up play calling, dude. It's like I kind of want to go. He's like, you know what? I might retract that statement, because it sounds a lot more fun now to call plays with
Look,
Jaylen
man,
Waddle.
he's just not calling all the plays.
Yeah,
and he's still going to be calling some plays. He's going to be like, yo, D, run this, and they'll be like, yes, coach. But yeah, for the most part, it'll be Webb. But don't think. Haven't you ever seen Sean walk over to Vance Joseph in the middle of a game and be like, look, dude,
yes,
I see what you're doing. Now you're going to do this, and have him argue back just like a second, and then Sean go, no, do this, and then he does that. Sean's still going to be involved. Let's not pretend like he's going to be back at the bench talking to the defense while the offense is on the field, man. He's going to be heavily involved.
Sean strikes me as the kind of guy that he's like, let me come up with the certain plays during the week, and then in the moment he's like looking for he's going through, and he hasn't decided. He doesn't have like the rhythm of like, I have to do this, then this, then this, then this. It's just like, let me look at my options like on a menu, and let's see what I'm going to order on this one. So I don't think it's more of the planning. I always compared him to be like, he's the head chef. He set the menu, and then Davis is going to be the one that's the line cook, getting everything out on time, getting everything, making sure everything comes out. So I think it's a collaborative effort anyways. So I think that the stuff they're going to cook up is during the week, not in the moment.
Yeah. Sean said it himself, man. He was starting to think about what could go wrong too much instead about what could go right. And he was getting too conservative, and he was second guessing himself. Plays were coming in late. And I give him props for, as egotistical as he is, and as stubborn as he is, I mean, he came right out and said it. He pointed out his own faults and handed it off to Webb. So I think it was a great move, and I'm psyched for it.
Yeah, I'm psyched too. Guys, I got to be closing down maybe in the next 5 minutes or so, but we got another super chat here from Lord Biscuits. Thank you for the $2. And again, $2 will get you a membership with David Talks Broncos and our private Discord, where you can talk with me and all your favorite Broncos content creators. We talk every single day on there. So you might consider that, Lord Biscuits. Anyways, he said we need Dominique Orange or Dante Corleone. It would be nice to have some young defensive line talent in there. Obviously, Savion Jones, we'll see what he can do, but it would be nice to have one more promising defensive lineman in there. If you're looking at a free agency signing, DJ Reader, it's not going to be Cam Jordan, you know. That'd be something, but
It's going to be Cam.
Yeah. Mark, you're the draft guy. Have you looked at either of these guys yet?
I like Big Citrus, Dominic Orange, what they call him.
Yes,
he's dope. Dante Corleone is really good. Both guys are dope, are nice players. Like, I love the idea of getting like 330 plus pound defensive linemen, and both these guys are really big. I just don't think Broncos really care for like a true nose or like the 330 plus pound guys. They just never really went and signed those either one of those dudes. But there are a lot of really good defensive linemen that I think we should definitely look into.
A big fan of Dominique Orange. I think he's really quick for his size. So maybe we, trade up into the third. Picks 104 and 111 definitely get you into the third if you want. I think you move up substantially with that. Hey, shout out to Rodney. He just got a new PR of 245 at the gym. Squat rack.
Let's go.
Yeah. No, man. It's all beautiful, but man, I'm feeling great about this offense, guys. Just again, Waddle, Sutton, Ingram, Dobbins, Prentice. I mean, yeah, I guess. But I understand what you're saying, Michael. But man, we got freaking Troy Franklin, Marvin Mims. We'll see what happens with Mims now, man. Obviously, I don't think we're gonna trade him. But I do wonder if this affects how extension talks are going with Mims. I do wonder.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I would be fine extending him as a return man.
Zach Seeger's on earlier today. He thought Troy Franklin was the one that suffered most from this.
No.
I disagreed with him, but that's where he went. So I think this is so up in the air right now that somebody asked me earlier if Mims or Franklin were being traded, and I'm like, well, probably not. Like, everybody's speculating now. Well, they must be moving somebody, but that's not true. Like, we're in a Super Bowl window. Like, these are two of our rotationally best players, and honestly, Franklin showed me a lot last year. I like the guy. He's really coming on. So yeah, I hope they don't. Like, I don't have any information on that, but they better not trade. I don't want them to trade either one of them.
No.
Pat Bryant needs to stay healthy because he's perfect for number 3 in this offense too.
We only got 5 guys, but now we got 5 guys that you would say are dogs, man, like legitimate players at their
That's
spots.
true.
Like, do we want to go back being in need of a depth wide receiver again?
Yeah, I want Michael Bandy playing out there against Buffalo. Come on, no.
Little Jordan Humphrey.
Little Jordan. Well, you might be seeing him.
We might.
That naked picture was Sean.
Guys, I gotta finish this up, but I greatly appreciate all you guys for hopping on so quickly. Mark, Jeremy, Mike, it really does mean a lot. And I mean, shout out again, Lord Biscuits for the super chats. We had BK gifting memberships. Man, all y'all were fantastic. BK with the super chat. We'll be talking about more of this tomorrow, and hopefully this actually kicks off some more. Can make another free agent signing like Taysom Hill, and we can come back on here and talk about it. Really quick, Mike, Mark, any new things coming up on your channel that people should keep an eye out for? Links in the description, guys. All 3 channels.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Go, Mark.
Yeah, no, I mean, now this will be the big topic of discussion. If there's any other moves that come from this, we'll always have the latest breaking Bronco news, and obviously a lot of the draft content. Talk about wide receiver rankings, running back rankings, linebackers, corners, whatever it is that you like. So if you love the draft too, we'll have I'll be putting a lot of really good draft content and film reviews. I usually fill the gap between the draft and training camp. That's always kind of the boring part. I always feel a lot of that with just film reviews on current guys that we got, but always something fun happening. Mike, what you got?
Yeah, during that boring part, I'll be firing up the Mic'd Up series where I bring a host from one show and a host from another show and bring them on. We have a little trivia contest. We have it's like a little miniature round the horn, except with it's all Broncos. It's a big series. I got like everybody's coming on this year that that you guys watch and know. You'll recognize everybody that's on there. It's a lot of fun. Tonight I'll be on the Buckham Pod, I think at 7 Central, and then tomorrow I will see everyone at 5:30 with David Talks Broncos on the regular, right? 5:30.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just as of about 11 o'clock today, it's a great day to be a Bronco. So
Dude,
yeah, I'm psyched.
Wonderful day to be a Bronco. Jeremy, any other things coming up on your channel or just the next horsepower hour?
Yeah, I got a lot going on personally, so horsepower hour is where my focus is. But yeah, no, I mean this is exciting, and this gives us a whole different outlook coming up on this 2026 season. So I'm super excited.
It's going to be awesome. We can all be one happy family, even if we disagree on Alex Singleton. It's wonderful. We got Jaylen Waddle here. Guys, help my man Mark right now get to 2,000 subscribers.
Let's go.
He's very, very close. Come on. Let's get him there. Definitely before the draft. So y'all hop in over there. Greatly appreciate every single one of you guys. Fans, guys in the chat. You're what make this fun. You guys add to the conversation. We'll be back. Talk Broncos soon. Go Broncos.
Go Broncos. Thanks for having me, guys.